So now it's time for demo. We will be having, we will cover 6 use cases. 2 of them will be for the filter tree, 2 for map leaf values, and 2 for not exist. Now you should be able to see DataWeave Playground. Yeah, instead of just coding in real time and to show you that I'm a super programmer, I just decided better to dive deeply to what's behind the scene and to describe what's going on under each word and line of the code. So filter tree, and our first scenario is a filter. We need to, so first of all, we have a payload. This is a simple payload. It's like a patients management system payload, let's call it that way. And it consists of the patient ID, the personal information of the patient, and appointments. And so, yeah, appointments we have with different status, like past or upcoming, and that's, I believe, all you need to know about it. So regarding the filter tree, first scenario, we need to filter our payload. We need to filter patient's objects to output on the appointment details without personal info and doctor details. And so that can be achieved by using the filter tree. So the filter tree, to apply any functions in DataWeave, first we need to define the data object to which we will apply that function. So that is why we have payload in the first place, and then we define the function we want to use. And that function, it takes lambda function with 2 attributes, its value and path. Value represents the node, and yeah, the path is the path, as we discussed before, is an address to our value, to our node. And so in here, what we do, it checks whether we need to include or exclude specific filter details from our input. And so that is why we get the path. And we filter that path based on selector. And yeah, we remember that a selector is actually the key name, represents the key name. That is why we filter the path selector, and we tell that, like, personal, we want to filter personal info and doctor. And so when it goes to the personal info or doctor, it returns is empty false, because on that moment it is not false. It's true, it returns false. It's like it's here we will be seeing the object, and if it checks on empty, it will return as false. That is why if it is false, it needs to be excluded from the output. And the same way it works with doctor. And now I can print here that function, and so you will see that there is no personal info and no doctor. Do I have a doctor? Yeah, and no doctor. Doctor actually was a part of the appointments. But anyway, with that simple line, we were able to filter it out from the output. So that's like the magic of the function filter tree. So next use case is, suppose we want to filter appointments with status past. So we just want to have that appointments to see in output appointments with status past. And we also for that apply filter tree function, but at that time we use the value to match with specific criteria. So, and we check whether the node represents as object, and whether that object has a field status which equals to past. And if so, we want it to see in the output. And this else true is just like a fallback case for any nodes that are not objects. And this ensures that all fields within that objects will also be seen in the output. So if we will grab that function and paste in here, so now you can see that here's all the appointments which has past status, and we don't see here doctor. That is because we define that we want to see only objects which has field status equals to past, but doctor does not have that field. That is why it does not present in output. So now let's look over the map_leave values function. The first use case is we need to update the appointment status values, converting upcoming to scheduled and past to completed. So this function, the same way as filter tree function, it takes lambda with node and path. And here we just need to traverse over our complex object and check the path selector equals to status. And if it's so, then we need to update the value of that status field from upcoming to scheduled. And otherwise it'll be completed. As I have here just two of them, I just put it else completed. But yeah, that's also good to mention that it's not a best practice. Better to define specific values, and for else just leave empty to not have any issues in the real life. But yeah, just for the demo purpose, it's fine. And so if I will put in here status update, now I will see that all the upcoming appointments status became completed. And oh no, yeah, upcoming became scheduled and past became completed. Yeah, so next use case is that we need to standardize data by transforming all data to uppercase. It can be actually a real-life scenario. Suppose any system communicates with your API, requires your API to return values in uppercase. And instead of, like, usually for these scenarios, in DataWeave script, and that's I did as well, we used to use these recursive functions. We checks whether it is array, do this, whether it's object, do this, string, okay, finally do transformation. But here with this map_leave values, you can avoid these recursive functions, because that's I believe what Maple values is intended for. It really simplifies the way of coding. Yeah, if we have such scenario. So if we will put, so here we just, what we do, we just get the value and update it, our node value, and update it to uppercase. So here you may see that all of the values, doesn't matter on dApps, doesn't matter where they are allocated, doesn't matter, all of them, for all of them, this transformation will apply. So now let's look on the node exist function. And first use case is to verify if an optional field, such as an emergency contact, is present within a patient's information. So again, same value node path, two main components of the tree module. We again take takes lambda function, and we just filter the path, this time filter the path selector on emergency contact name. And now if that emergency contact name is not empty, it returns us true. Then yeah, we will be seeing just true. We don't need to apply anything else. So for now, I don't have, I believe, oops, I don't, emergency contact. Yeah, so now, yeah, I have false because I don't have any emergency contact, but basically we can place it in, that's, let me show you. So assume we have here emergency contact, true, and now it's true. Yeah, so of course it would be good to add also additional things like to check on emptiness of this field. But I just want to show you how cool it is. So suppose I get that emergency contact, it says false, and I paste it on any other different places. It's again true. So it doesn't matter, like even your structure of the object will change. It will anyway work. Never mind where you will place that field. So that also can, like with that approach, we can avoid by doing code refactoring as often as we probably should do if we have like recursive function or any others code. And the last use case I want to show you and to cover today is a scenario where we want to set up an automated reminder system for appointments scheduled for the next day. Suppose tomorrow, yeah, just put here tomorrow value, just hard-coded value to make it work. So reminder. So this time we want to see whether the date of the appointments is the date for the appointment is tomorrow for the next day, and we first of all need to find the date field and check its value. So it should return us true for the date, and then it checks whether the value is equal tomorrow. And that's how it works, as we have here that date. We have it 2023 11/10. Yeah, this one is upcoming appointment, and so it returns as true. And if so if we update it to 11, it'll right away set it to false. Yeah. So this is, as you may see, like in real life scenario, we might be able to get from the object like payload, searching for that specific field using map object, different type of functions. Here it just works like, as I said, as a magic, like you can use 2-3 lines of code. So I would definitely recommend for those of you who are interested in this library in DataWeave at all, to get you familiar with that module. I've recently discovered it to me, and that is why I decided to share that information with all of you.